Bethel High School, WHCS Channel 5 presents Peninsula District Girls Basketball Group AAA competition between the host Bethel High School Lady Bruins and the Lady Kecoughtan Warriors. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to Bethel High School for this matchup between the 11-1 Kecoughtan Warriors and the 4-8 Bethel Bruins. And Bob, of course, on record-wise, this game would appear not to be a particularly good matchup, but the Lady Bruins have been playing some pretty good ball. They got a late start, and
well, they started off kind of slow, picking up. They had a great game last night, but then Jessie had some problems. Callaway, her point guard, got hurt. Chiquita Alford scored 24 points last night, got hurt. They will neither one be playing tonight, so now you're going without your point guard and your leading scorer, your big gal inside. It's going to be tough. Kecoughtan's got a real good player in this Abraham, just as a dominant force inside, and of course they've got some other outstanding players too.
Okay, we're about set to get this one underway as the two teams are at the center of the court. We'll give you the starting lineups as we have them. Bob, if you want to run down the starters while we see the referee for tonight's game, Takeda Stewart, and her partner tonight, Larry Hagan.
Okay, for the Kecoughtan Warriors, we're going to have number 23, Javanka Lewis, and she is a great ball player. 24, April Edwards. 25, Wilhelmina Shroud. Number 30, Jill Roberts, and of course, number 40, Miss Abraham. On the Bruin side of the court, we'll have number 22, Tamara Poole, number 30, Arlise Solar, 32, Celeste Palmer, 34, Talisha McCauley, and 41, LaShonda Solomon.
And we are underway. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. The first basket scored by the green and white clad Lady Warriors. That was Jajama Abraham with the 2 points, and with 7:10 left, this is she again putting it up off the glass and good. So she has quickly scored 4 points, and it's 4-0 in favor of the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Well, she's affectionately known as TJ, and she does a great job. But I do want to take a moment here while I got a chance, and the girls basketball coach is no longer Anita Cooper. She got married over the holidays. It is now Anita Epps, and we want to congratulate her on her recent marriage. And she never missed a beat, come right back and kept right on coaching.
And she is assisted by Vanessa Metcalf as we see the Warriors score again. This time, Javanka Lewis, number 23, lights it up, and the Warriors lead 6-0. Kecoughtan won last night against a tough Denby team, 62-56, while these Bethel Bruins, as you mentioned, Bob, were beating Lafayette by 2, 52-50. So both teams coming off difficult victories. Short jumper by the Lady Bruins, tried to save it on the baseline, and that was a good effort by Tamara Poole, but she stepped on the end line.
Well, we want to mention the coaches for the Bruins. Of course, head coach Jessie Pope, been there for forever. I don't want to say forever, but for 20-some years, has done a great job, assisted by Patrice Callaway, who played ball here for Jessie. And the other one, of course, is Kirby Ely, better affectionately known by me as the Flea, as he was a point guard for my team here when I coached at Bethel High School.
5:50 left in the first quarter. 6-0 in favor of the visiting Warriors. The Bruins decimated by injuries. 3-point attempt is no good. Ball is loose, finally picked up by the Bruins. Knocked away, McCauley retrieves. She'll drive, dish it off right side. The jumper short, and TJ Abraham with the rebound for Kecoughtan.
Well, right now, it's with Kecoughtan seems to be packing that zone in and forcing the Bruins to shoot outside, and it's really hurting them right now.
A foul committed by number 30, Aurelis Solar, her first, the team's first. This will be a shooting foul. Well, no, I take that back. They say the foul was committed before the shot. And I got to tell you, that's a little surprising. It looked to me like she was in the act of shooting. This time, TJ does shoot and gets it away and in, and she has 6 of her team's 8. And we have a traveling call against the Bruins. So the Bruins have not gotten untracked yet.
Well, you missed your point guard, and that's usually your quarterback out on the floor, and it really hurts you. Now, McCauley will do a good job, but she also looked forward to having young Miss Calloway out there. I'm sorry, not Patrice Calloway, but Camille Calloway.
3-second violation charged against the Warriors. And I understand during our telecast, Bob, you're going to mention some of those infractions that are some of the most difficult to understand, or I list the easily misunderstood.
Right, I'm going to do that first chance I get.
We have a foul underneath committed by the Warriors. This one is charged to Javanka Lewis, number 23. That'll be her first, and that'll be the first team foul. And Solar will step to the free throw line, shooting 2. That is correct. It's 8-0. There you see a replay of the foul. Bethel looking for their first points. We've played a little more than 3 minutes. And she rattles that one around and out. We saw a look at Anita Epps. Second free throw, no good. Rebound put up, and it also is short. And back come the Warriors. Long lead pass gets away from the intended recipient, Jill Roberts. She can't handle it on the baseline, and the turnover gives it to Bethel. Good feed underneath. The Bruins work the ball down low nicely for Tamara Poole, and she is finally able, with 4:23 left in the first quarter, to get Bethel's first points.
Well, and that's the first time they went inside, and that was a good move by the Bruins, and they come up with a steal.
Picked off by TJ. And then we've got a carrying the ball violation, palming the ball.
That's one of these rules that I'm going to talk about. I got to change glasses so I can read now. I'm not going to be able to see the game, but that's okay too. And we want to thank Carter Ficklin. He's the secretary for the Peninsula District Board number 125.
And a timeout call, so this will give you a real good opportunity, Bob, to talk about that, as Bethel wants a timeout with the score 10-2 with 3:46 left here in the first quarter.
This is the most misunderstood basketball rules. Number one, traveling. A player can only travel while holding the ball. So if you don't have the ball, you don't have control of it, you can't travel.
But now, wait a minute. Now, when you say holding the ball, you mean having clear possession.
Right. Well, this says while holding the ball. In other words, he must have possession with the ball before he can travel. Now, you can't travel while you're dribbling.
Right.
The 3 seconds, this is a violation that can only be called while a team is in continuous control of the ball in his front court. In other words, got to be under their basket in the lane. They have to have continuous control. If the ball's in the air, of course, that doesn't apply.
So let's illustrate this, if you will. If the ball is, let's say that you've got the ball, and you're moving around, and one of your men is in the paint. If the other team knocks the ball loose, even for a moment,
right, it's got to be.
The 3-second count starts all over again.
Right, it's because it says no 3-second call can be made when a team repeatedly misses the shot at the basket, and a team controls and whenever the team shoots for the basket.
So that's a good point, because a lot of people think that while a team is continually shooting the ball and they've got players standing in the paint, that there should be a 3-second violation, but they don't have control of it, therefore no violation. Right?
That's correct. Number 3, kicking the ball. A lot of times you'll see a player defensively reach out with his foot and kick the ball. That is a violation. But unintentional kicking is not. If it was unintentional, it's not a violation.
And again, we go back to officials interpreting rules, which so many times is difficult to do.
That's correct. And of course, it's their angle and everything's got a lot to do with it. Now, the 4th one is the edges of the backboard. All edges of the backboard, including the top edge, are in play. Used to be when a ball hit the top of the backboard, they would say a violation. Now, if it goes over the backboard, they will call it a violation. But if it hits the top and the sides and the bottom, that is not a violation. High dribble, traveling, or palming the ball, I guess, is the best one I want to talk about. A high dribble, and you can conceivably dribble a ball as high as 8 feet if you were 7 foot tall, as long as your hand is on top of the ball and the palm is not facing upwards. It is not a palming. In other words, the call that the official told me was if the palm faces up, it's palming. If the palm never faces up, it is not palming.
All right, well, we've used up all of that good stuff.
Well, no, I still got about
good.
3 more. So
hold on to it.
We'll pick them up in a minute.
All right, 2:47 left here in the first. It's 12-2 in favor of the visiting Kecoughtan Warriors. And our director has a good point. We'll save those for breaks when we need things to talk about.
There you go.
Ollie.
Well, I got some more. Stan.
All right, Stanley. This game videotaped on the 30th of January, 1993. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz bringing you this contest from Bethel High School. Second of our regular season encounters we'll be bringing you here on Channel 5. Hope you enjoy our girls and boys coverage. We'll have the boys game between these two schools as well, and that'll be at a different time slot, obviously, here on Channel 5. Check Channel 5 for the exact time of the replay of those games. Warriors bring it up, leading by 10. 2.5 minutes to go in the first. TJ turns around, can't get it to drop. Ball is tipped loose and finally controlled by the Bruins. They get it across the timeline. Those of you not familiar with girls basketball, there is no shot clock, nor is there one in boys basketball in high school either. As you may be familiar with the 45-second shot clock in college ball, there is no shot clock in high school.
Well, you'll notice that the Kecoughtan team is constantly attacking and trying to get the ball in low, but the Bruins are pressing, which is a good ploy by Jessie Pope to try to disrupt any offensive flow by the Warriors. Because she has some inexperienced girls out there, she's still pressing on defense. Good move by Jessie Pope.
Turnover will give the ball to the Lady Bruins with 1:47 remaining. There are only 2 points in the game coming from Tamara Poole, while the 10 of the 12 points that Kecoughtan has have been scored by TJ Abraham. So it's been a one-sided affair. TJ Abraham with 10 of her team's 12.
Well, we have a new player in there, number 21, Christine Rose for the Bruins.
From 16 feet, no good. And TJ had the rebound but lost it. And then it was the last touch before it went out of bounds by the Lady Bruins. Warriors pass the ball very nicely against the full court pressure. TJ down low, and she is so dominant in the low post that she's hard to stop.
The only thing that I can think maybe the Bruins could do would be to front her, double team her, put somebody in front and somebody behind her, because if you let her get the ball down low, she's just too dominant. You got to stop the ball from getting into her. You got to stop that entry pass somehow.
Boy, you know, the Peninsula has some superb girls basketball players. Can you imagine having an all-star Peninsula team with TJ and Lakeisha Frett both playing the low post or something like that? I mean, that's...
Well, they played together on the AAU team, and there was another example of her ability to move, catch the ball, has great eye-hand coordination, TJ.
We've talked about it previously last year. Of course, the Abraham family has several players that have been involved with Kecoughtan, and they've got another player on the boys team. I believe she did score 40 points earlier in the season, did TJ.
She sure did.
And her brother, Nazillo, is that how you pronounce it?
Well, you'll have to ask Coach Conrad, and he's sitting right here. But that sounds about right. It's spelled N-S-I-L-O.
Nazillo? Nazillo. Well, we'll check with him between games and make sure we do pronounce the names correctly. We always apologize ahead of time if we mispronounce someone's name. It's never Done maliciously or intentionally, obviously, but from time to time it happens. And in fact, the Kecoughtan team has told us before when we've mispronounced it.
And we appreciate their input, because if they don't tell us, we don't know.
That's right. Ball is loose, controlled by McCauley. She can't get it to drop. And the rebound is garnered by Dina Franklin. 17 seconds. Feed to TJ. Looked like she might have taken a step or two extra, but she does not get a call.
She has really gotten so much better and so much more confident. She had a young lady about the same size by the name of Henry that was playing with this Kecoughtan team.
I remember that last year.
Well, she was playing this year also. Hurt her knee, is out for the season, and that's a real shame.
That is. 3 seconds. Long three-pointer at the buzzer. Doesn't go for Franklin. But after one quarter, it has been all TJ Abraham with 16 of her team's 18 points here at the first quarter break.
18-2. Now, when we have this break, I do want to tell the fans that we will pick a DC Engraving Sports Place player of the game from each one of these teams tonight. They will receive a plaque and a shirt. The plaque comes from DC Engraving, which is located at Tab Square on Route 17. Dave Buckwalter is a young man there. The shirt comes from the Sports Place, which is located at Hampton Woods Plaza, and Dave Chubb is the young man there. And this is a real neat shirt. If I'm lucky tonight, I'm supposed to get 2 of those, and I'll show you. It's really a neat basketball shirt that Dave Chubb has printed up for this player of the game thing. I'll show you one of those tonight.
You were watching some replay of the first quarter action while Bob was telling us about those players of the game plaques and shirts. We've had a lot of fun doing that. We always emphasize it's a very unscientific and unofficial measure for us to award this particular piece of recognition to one of these young ladies. Certainly right now, TJ Abraham would be a runaway candidate.
It's going to be a little hard to look for anybody else, although they've got some good players on that Kecoughtan team.
The Bruins not untracked yet. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It was last touched by the Warriors. Bethel will inbounds underneath. That will be number 21, Christine Rose, who will inbounds. Inbounds right to the hands of the Kecoughtan Warriors, April Edwards. She gets it down court very quickly. Now Edwards will set up, guarded by Rose. Feed underneath for Abraham is picked off. Lisa Goodhope tried to drive the lane, but has it knocked out of bounds.
Well, she's the one that made the steal, Tim. Lisa Goodhope. She's just 5'2". I mean, there's not too many real big kids on this Bethel team.
Talisha McCauley penetrates, gives it to her teammate number 22, Tamara Poole, and she took steps. So the ball turns back over to the Warriors. Full court pressure by the Lady Bruins. Good spot down the floor. TJ can't hold it. She'll get it back, however. Her teammates are constantly looking for Abraham.
And I wonder why.
Well, she's not, first of all, she's not hard to miss because she's so tall. And there you see a fine shot from outside. Jill Green gets her name in the scorebook. And the Warriors now have an 18-point lead, 20-2. Tipped loose underneath. Rose has control of it, gives to Goodhope, and finally the ball controlled by the Warriors. Well, I see the shirt you were talking about. Yeah, does that come in a 48 chubby?
I don't know if they got any chubby. Yeah, I'll have to ask Bob if they got any chubbies over there.
Yeah, I got a 4X.
Well, I don't think I need quite a 4X, but I appreciate it.
2X for the boys, 1X for the girls.
You did good.
Those are nice looking shirts. We'll have to see if we can get one of those on camera.
Yeah, I'm going to try it again. I'll have to run out during the halftime and pick up the plaques. But I appreciate Bob bringing them by. Thank you, Mr. Stolnaker. Stolnaker.
Ball finally controlled by the Lady Bruins. They trail by 18 with 6:30 remaining in the half. Bruins decimated by injuries, struggling to stay in the game, trying to do the best they can. They've certainly shown a unwillingness to give up out here, scrapping all over the floor.
Well, then they don't give up. That's one thing you say about any Jesse Pope coach team. They will fight you tooth and nail.
TJ with an easy stick back. This is Rose, and her pass is off the mark, intended for Poole, but it gets away from her, and it'll turn back over to the Warriors. 22-2. Kecoughtan, a 11-1 in the district, 12-3 overall. A superb season. They would be the odds-on pick in any league if you didn't have the Phoebus Phantoms in there with you.
I guarantee you that. The Phantoms played last night, played a Menchville team that held the ball on them. Low scoring, but they're just an excellent coach team and have some excellent athletes.
That's not the first time we've seen the Lady Phantoms in a stall game. That's usually an effort by a team to keep the game close because the Lady Phantoms are so explosive. But we'll see them before this season is over with, I'm sure several times.
Well, in fact, next week we will watch them against the Hampton Crabbers Friday. A week from,
yep.
well, next
5th of
Friday.
February.
A scrappy team, these Bruins.
And Franklin will be charged with the foul. That is her first. That's only the second on the Kecoughtan Warrior team. They will award 2 shots to the Bruins' Lisa Goodhope. Her first trip to the free throw line, and in fact, this is only here's the replay. This is only the 3rd free throw attempt there's been in the game.
Well, you have to, there's a lot of incidental contact, a lot of hustle by both teams. I'm glad to see that the officials are letting the ladies play instead of blowing a whistle every, and you can blow the whistle to the point where the officials are controlling the game and not letting the kids play and control the game. And both of these are doing a real good job tonight.
And Lisa Goodhope is perfect on both attempts. And in doing so, doubles her team score. Back come the Warriors, leading 22-4. 5:07 left in the first half. And the Warriors turn it over.
But you can see the Lady Warriors are down in a 1-3-1 zone, and they're just packing it in. They're going to try to force the Bruins to make some mistakes trying to get the ball inside and put pressure on the guards, and that's what they're doing right now. And there you see a steal.
Good move by the Warriors. TJ, boy, for a big girl, she really has good hand-eye coordination, as you talked about earlier.
But she's got great anticipation. She knows the game of basketball, and she can see where the next outlet pass will be, and she cheats over and can make a steal, which she did that last time.
Interestingly enough, her teammate miscontrolled the ball into the basket and thought a whistle was going to blow. She didn't even try and go after the ball.
Yeah.
Looked like she double dribbled, but none was called, and then by then it had already gotten away from her. Christine Rose scrapping for the ball, and finally we've
10-second violation. Never got across half court.
So the 10-second violation against the Warriors gives the ball to the Bruins. 4:24 left. The Bruins have held the Warriors down here in the second quarter. TJ blocks the shot and steals it in midair. Good look down the court for the easy shot, and 2 points scored by Wilhelmina Stroud, number 25. That's her first points of the night. Good bounce pass for Rose, and she banks it in.
That was a nice shot, but
Poole, rather.
yeah, she did a great job using the board.
Tamara or Tamara, again, I'm not sure of the pronunciation. Poole, this time TJ on the other end. She's got 20 points here in the first half. So she's well on the way to having perhaps a career best tonight. Good anticipation, but it doesn't pay off yet for the Warriors. Excuse me, for the Bruins. In fact, it does as TJ threw it away. 26-6, and a timeout is being called.
Well, while we have a timeout, let me go over these other rules that are most misunderstood. The 5-second count. That's when somebody's dribbling the ball closely guarded. Continues for 5-second count is when you're throwing the ball in bounds. It continues until the ball crosses the boundary. It's not when somebody catches. It used to be it had to be caught before, but once it leaves the player's hand that's throwing the ball in, the 5 seconds stops. Tapping the ball in the jump ball. The beginning of the game is the only jump ball we have unless it's an overtime. A player can tap the ball twice, but not 3 times. We watched some action there in first half. Goaltending, a ball cannot be touched by either team if a try for a basket is the ball is above the ring cylinder and has a reasonable chance going in and is definitely on the way down, so you can't touch it. Basket interference, the ball cannot be touched by either team if it's on, within, or above the cylinder. The basket, including the net, cannot be touched if the ball is on or within the basket. There's no violation for touching the basket or net if the ball is above the basket, even if it's just 1/8 of an inch. How about that? That's about it.
All right. We appreciate that. There is a lot of, at times, confusion about interpretation of the rules, and certainly that 3-second violation of this thing that to me is one of the most difficult to understand, because you'll see a lot of times both teams camped in the paint there, and the ball being continually shot up, and as long as no one has clear possession of it, you can do that.
Yeah. In other words,
see some of the action.
The last 5. But if you didn't do that, then the team that was shooting would be at a definite disadvantage because they wouldn't be able to get in the paint to try to rebound. So it makes sense.
McCauley hits on 1 of 2. 26-7, and the ball last touched by the Lady Bruins.
McCauley again on her hustle, Tim, trying on a steal.
And we got a traveling call.
She stopped. She pulled the pivot foot. Good call.
The Bruins have done a good job, really, on defense, other than trying to protect against TJ. And you know, no one's going to have a great deal of success against her as a rule.
Well, Tim, and only that, but the Bruins are playing great defense. I like it, but they don't have any real outstanding score, and that really hurts them.
Yeah.
Especially losing Camille Calloway and Chiquita Alford. You're losing the bulk of your points.
Well, LaShonda Solomon had a 3-pointer put up that time. I'm sorry, I looked away. Did you see who that was? Was that?
No, that was
Javonka Lewis?
Javonka Lewis, yes.
I looked away to check a name that I was checking. I didn't see the shot. Underneath, bank it in and out. And the ball will belong to the Lady Warriors. What I started to say was they're also missing LaShonda Solomon, who had a very good game against Hampton in that game we did over at Hampton University.
Well, I thought she was going to play tonight. In fact, I thought she was one of my starters. She wasn't out there?
In and out.
Yeah, she's out there, Tim, number 41.
Oh, okay. She had been very quiet. That's a good evidence that she's not doing much. Stolen. Lewis put it up and got her own rebound and put the second one back in. She's got 8 points. Excuse me, 7 points now. And it's rapidly becoming a blowout, 33-7. And the Warriors get the ball on the turnover again. They've got the lead. Pass intended for Lewis. She can't get to it. 1:43 left in the first half. 33-7 in favor of the Lady Warriors. They have led from the beginning. Led 18-2 after 1 quarter. Have scored 15 points to 5 for the Bruins here in the second quarter. TJ with the rebound. Dina Franklin will try a three. Doesn't go. Underneath, TJ with the garbage has an easy basket. (35-7). Pressure put on the Bruins. Rather, they're going to have to hurry to get it across the timeline. They just beat the 10-second. Loose ball is finally controlled by the Bruins. And knocked out of bounds by Kecoughtan. Less than a minute to go in the first half. Bruins will inbounds. Comes into McCauley, who is blocked, and the ball has gone into possession of the Kecoughtan Warriors now with 40 seconds. Underneath, TJ has it in heavy traffic, is fouled.
Well, they grabbed the hold and held on that time.
We'll get a chance to watch this last flurry here. You see the ball inside, intended for TJ, and again with her superior height, she puts it up and draws the foul.
Well, I tell you, number 30 for the Bruins was right where she should have been. And that's Solar.
Yep.
But the ball was perfectly thrown just out of her reach, but she was fronting TJ. As you saw the results of that first shot, nothing but net.
That's her first trip to the free throw line. One of two for TJ. TJ gets another one, can't get it to drop. Finally controlled by Talisha McCauley of Bethel. Fired up, no good. Abraham had it but lost it. And then Solomon gets her first points. LaShonda Solomon makes it 36-9 with 7 seconds to go. TJ lead pass left side, and a foul is committed with 3 seconds remaining. This one will be charged against Solomon. That'll be Solomon's first. It'll be a player control foul. TJ gets the inbounds pass, kicks it outside. Franklin at the buzzer, no good with a three-point attempt. And we have come to halftime. And our score at halftime is 36 for Kecoughtan, 9 for Bethel. And we'll return with the third quarter of action after a brief timeout from Bethel High School. Our score at halftime, the Kecoughtan Warriors 36, the Bethel Bruins 9, as TJ Abraham has dominated the first half with 23 points in the first half. And to be quite honest with you, she got most of those points in the first quarter.
Sure did. Well, we got to, before we start the game, I want to show you this player of the game shirt. It says basketball. It's not just a season, it's a way of life. And of course, you see player of the game on the front. Now look on the back of this shirt. It says know the game, and it's got a basketball court, and of course the famous X's and O's. This of course comes from the sports place. You have in your hands a sample of the plaque, the Channel 5 plaque, and of course this is Kelly Rogers from the last game on the 15th of January, and this comes from DC Engraving. We appreciate these two young men helping us recognize these players of the game.
And certainly we do have some excellent players of the game. for tonight's squad so far. The leading candidate, of course, TJ Abraham, as we are underway in the second half. TJ with 23 points in the first half, 7 for Javanka Lewis, and 2 each for Jill Green and Wilhelmina Stroud. For the Lady Bruins, they were paced by Tamara Poole with 4 points, 2 points each for Lisa Goodhope and LaShonda Solomon, and 1 point for Talisha McCauley. So with 9 points at halftime and 36 for the Warriors. And again, we making no excuses for the Lady Bruins, but they do have some key injuries that are certainly keeping them from being as effective on offense as you might hope. Nice move to the basket that time by the Lady Warriors. That was number 25, Stroud, as she gets her second basket. McCauley, double team, tries to get it to Solomon on the baseline. It's knocked out of bounds, and Solomon touched it last. Lisa Goodhope will come in for Talisha McCauley for the Lady Bruins. Quick lead pass for TJ, and she dishes off right side. Back to TJ, she'll turn around with a short jumper, no good. Stroud has the rebound and sticks it back in. So Wilhelmina Stroud has 4 points here in the second half. And her team leads 40-9. Shot is short. Good hustle underneath by the Bruins, but it's finally controlled by TJ Abraham.
And she is such a dominant force.
Traveling call. Good hustle by the Lady Bruins, LaShonda Solomon, but she went to her knees and was called for the traveling. That's another rule we could probably expand on, Bob, is how you rule someone to have traveled with the ball when they're on the ground.
If they're on the ground and then they grab the ball, they don't travel unless they stand up. In that case, she had the ball and fell down and was called travel because she fell down. Now, that was a nice block, but she did get her by the body. That being number 21 for the Lady Bruins, Christina Rose hit the ball. Great ball, but then she got her with the body.
At the free throw line, April Edwards. There you see a good look at April with the rather lengthy hair. Don't see that a lot in girls basketball anymore. Most of the girls keep the hair rather short.
Well, if they don't keep it short, they do it like a couple of the Lady Bruins. They keep it in a ponytail or tied, but she just lets hers be free.
Flow with the wind. Here's the replay of the foul and the action with April Edwards driving and being guarded by Christine Rose. And a good block, but as you said, Bob, she got him with the body.
And that wasn't a real heavy foul with the body, but a good call, but I thought a nice job by young Miss Rose.
Both free throws good by Edwards. Ball is loose underneath. TJ scrapping for it. Finally, it is controlled by the Lady Warriors, Jill Roberts. Stroud is fouled on the reach-in, committed by Solar. That'll be her third personal foul. That'll be a player control foul, as neither team has reached the 7-foul limit for the team. An interesting call. Looked like the Warrior was being grabbed by the leg and ball came loose.
Well, they'll let them play. I said that earlier.
Got no complaints with officiating, though. They've done a fine job so far this evening. Our referee is Takeda Stewart. She is the lady official. And Larry Hagan is the umpire. And we got a double dribble call against the Lady Warriors.
I don't know, but I smell something that tastes good. I don't know where that food is coming from. You suppose Kozlowski is kind of blowing some...
I think he's got the fan working from the lobby there, blowing the aroma from that popcorn.
Well, I don't know where it's coming, but I'll tell you, he'll have the people pulling out of here at the break between the two games, and they'll be eating up a storm. I'm getting hungry just sitting here.
5:35 left in the third, 44-9 in favor of the Warriors. They've led from the very beginning. You're watching this game between Kecoughtan and Bethel. Girls basketball taped on the 30th of January, 1993. And a foul committed by April Edwards. That'll be her first.
And she doesn't think she fouled.
Well, she told Larry, she says, Larry, I hardly touched her.
As she pushed her out of bounds.
It wasn't that obvious, was it?
No, I just put a little humor in here while I can.
The Lady Bruins trying to get their act together on the score column. They can't do so, and a reach-in foul will be charged. I believe this will go against Solomon. LaShonda Solomon reaching in. Again, player control. That'll be her second personal foul. And Talisha McCauley will check back in for the Lady Bruins, and she'll replace Solomon for Bethel. Lewis gets it across the timeline. Down low it goes to T.J. Abraham, and she hits the short jumper.
Oh, what a nice touch she has on that ball. But once you get the ball down there, being T.J., Tim, it's almost impossible to stop her. The only one that'd have a chance of stopping her would be Lakeisha Frett. And Lakeisha, number one, wouldn't let her get the ball there. She would front her and make her really work to get the ball.
Back come the Warriors. They want to run with it. They get the shot up, and we're going to have a... What do we got, a traveling call?
Yeah, the ball never hit anything. She threw it up in the air and never hit anything. She caught it, so that's a violation.
And now the Lady Warriors will wholesale substitutions. Dina Franklin will come in the ball game along with Valerie White. And also April Ferguson, number 11, makes her first appearance in the ball game. So Anita Epps will give some of the reserves some playing time. And an air ball put up, it will go over to the Lady Warriors.
And that ball was thrown away. It was a nice inbound, but the Warrior, and that was number 11, and I don't even have her on my roster.
Number 11 for Kecoughtan?
Yeah, who is
that? I
that?
got her name from you. That's the boys' roster you're looking at.
Well,
You got to get those glasses
there
fixed.
she is, April Ferguson. Well, no wonder I didn't have an 11.
Javanka Lewis.
Not only have I trouble getting the names, I've got the wrong rosters in front of me.
48-9. It's been all Kecoughtan. Ball is kicked away, out of bounds. Last touched by the Warriors. And now the Bruins want a timeout. And with 4:05 left in the third period, this will be a Bethel High School timeout. And again, we remind you that we will pick players of the game for both squads. They'll get a very attractive plaque and a t-shirt. We also want to remind you that we will have additional regular season coverage for you. Next Friday night, we will be over at Hampton High School as the Crabber boys and girls teams will host the Phoebus boys and girls teams. And we'll have that action for you here on Channel 5.
And of course, we want to say thanks to Coach Kozlowski, the AD here at Bethel High School, and his staff, and both coaches for all their help with our telecast tonight. Coach Koz helping us set up, and of course the two coaches giving us with the lineups and being very patient with us.
And always, I want to thank the fine writing staff at the Daily Press Sports Department for all of their assistance in compiling statistics. They do all the compiling. I just use them. So we do greatly appreciate the Daily Press and their help in us in our bringing this game to you as far as our statistics are concerned. Mike Keats, Sonny Dirth, and all those fine writers down at the Daily Press. A couple of big games going on. Of course, those of you not familiar with the standings in the girls basketball, Phoebus is on top at a 12-2 record, and then these Warriors are 11-1, and Bethel is at 4-8, about halfway down the pack. But as I said, that was before all these injuries hurt them tonight. This is Lewis, and Lewis will get an opportunity to make a three-point play as she is fouled as she hits the basket. Foul is going to be charged to Tamara Poole. She got it pretty good, but Javanka Lewis was still able to muscle the ball up and in. Now Poole will come out for the Lady Bruins, and she'll be replaced by Shea Hill, number 43. Here's a replay of that last action. Got her pretty good on the shoulder. She missed the free throw, and while we were away, the ball is gathered in by T.J. Abraham, and Abraham is able to connect.
Well, that was a nice entry pass by Javanka Lewis. She was dribbling to the left and came back with the right with a nice pass entry into T.J., and then she had no problem getting the ball in.
(52-9), just a few seconds short of 3 minutes to go, and this has been a shutout here. The Bethel Bruins have yet to score in the second half. About almost 5 minutes without scoring. Melissa Maxey is not in that lineup tonight, along with Chiquita Alford. Two of the big scorers. Those two players alone average 20 points collectively per game. When you're averaging about 30 points a game, that really hurts.
Yes, it does. When you take that kind of points away from your team, it really hurts. (54-9), the Warriors in command. And the Bruins lose it on the baseline. Well, that was a nice pass in there by McCauley. She made a great entry pass. The Bruins reached for it and just went off of their fingertips. I didn't see who she was throwing the ball to, but it was a nice entry pass. Just fumbled out of bounds. Jill Green back in for April Ferguson for the Warriors. Lewis again goes down hard, but she'll get two shots. Lewis is getting her points the hard way. This one will be charged to Lisa Goodhope. That'll be her first. And Lewis will get two shots. Javanka Lewis with a three-pointer, the only three in the game. Here's the replay. You'll see Lewis going strong to the hoop and hacked on the left arm. And almost went in. That ball comes so close to going in. And Lewis cans the first. She is 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Yeah. And gets the roll for the second one. 56-9. Again, the Bruins looking for their first second half points here. A shutout being pitched by the Warriors. And ball tied up. Should have had a jump ball. Now we get a foul call. Valerie White will be called for the personal. Well, number 34 for the Bruins had that ball, McCauley, and she wasn't going to give it up and like to knock one of her own players over. Scrappy. 1:58 left in the third. Need some traffic control underneath the baskets here at Bethel. Got fans going back and forth, and the official not wanting to have some fan interference with the play. Bruins having some difficulty getting the ball in. In fact, the Warriors forced it
turnover. Low post TJ, just unstoppable tonight.
Got to front her. Can't let her get the ball down there. You got to front her, make them throw a perfect pass to get it inside.
Unofficially 33 points tonight for TJ. And Lewis picks off the pass. And a 2-on-1 break. Lewis will pull up, shoot, misses, gets her own rebound, and gets it to go. So Javanka Lewis has warmed up. She had 7 at the break, and she has added 8 more here. She's got 15 of the ball game. Bruins fired up, no good. There's a travel to get called.
There's a travel. She changed pivot foot 2 times.
Stolen, almost stolen, I should say, by Rose. I'll tell you, Lewis likes to get into the crowd there, and TJ misses the easy putback.
Well, I tell you, that time, Keisha Perry, number 25 for the Bruins, was fronting her, never let the pass come in. That was a good job, and that's what they're going to have to do. But she's given up quite a bit of height. She's only 5'9", and TJ is a good 6'2".
Yeah, that was the absolute perfect example of frustration. Here's TJ missed the easy short layup, and then after she missed it, the young lady going by her, she just reached over and hacked her, not maliciously by any means, but just out of frustration, committed the foul. Even the good ones do it.
Oh yeah. And the Bruins just got their initial points of the quarter.
8 seconds remaining. It took 7+ minutes to get their first basket of the second half. 60-11. 8 seconds remaining. The Bruins will bring it up. Trying to get a shot away before the buzzer. McCauley does. The loose ball. And the buzzer sounds, ending the third period. And our score after 3 is Kecoughtan 60. And Bethel 11. Just 2 points in that period for the Bruins, while the Warriors are able to register 24 in the third. They had 18 in the first, 18 in the second, 24 in the third.
You can see some of the replay going on. And while we do have this break, again, let me make note of the 2 people that are helping us with the player of the game. We will pick one of the players from each one of these 2 teams tonight for the DC Engraving Sports Place Player of the Game. They will receive a plaque from DC Engraving located at Tab Square, and that's Dave Buckwalter out there, and a shirt from the Sports Place, and that's located in Hampton Woods Plaza. Dave Chubb is a young man there. And we will award that by the end of the game, and right now I'd have to be edging towards TJ. She's been doing an outstanding job. The Bruins are going to be a little tougher to pick one. They've all been scrappy, have worked hard tonight. McCauley has worked real hard, as have number 22, Tamara Poole. Lisa Goodhope, just to name a couple. This is a second night in a row for basketball. Normally the Peninsula District does not play consecutive nights, but this week there was no Tuesday night game because of exams. So there was a game Friday night and again tonight, which is Saturday. And that's why you see it. It sometimes wears on these young athletes going 2 nights in a row. They're not used to it. Whoa! And that was a Tough foul. Number 25 called for the foul. Keisha Perry, but that young lady, number 24, April Edwards, is not a happy camper, Tim.
That was a pretty rough foul. Here we'll see the replay of it. You're going to watch her. She's clearly gotten the defender beaten, and you're just going to see a good old elbow to the back. That's borderline on a flagrant foul.
Well, she, all fairness to her, looks like she was reaching in with her left arm to block the shot, but as she did so, it also looked like she was giving her the elbow and pushing her out of bounds. So tough foul any way you look at it.
But I don't think it was intentional on her part. It was close. But April Edwards is perfect at the free throw line. She is 4 for 4, and the Warriors are 7 out of 9 from the free throw line. So they're doing a fine job from the charity stripe. Ball, good example of your rule there, an accidental kicking of the ball. And then the Warriors can't control it.
Young Miss Cawley, who was only 5'2", went underneath the basket to shoot a shot underneath the basket, and there is a gal that's a foot or more taller than she just swiped that thing away.
Almost got herself a basketball sandwich, and TJ takes this one right out of the air. But a good anticipation by Rose to steal it. She'll put it up, too strong off the glass. McCauley in the tall temper, put it up, no good, and she traveled before the shot.
Well, she went up and on a fake, but she left her feet. But I tell you got to take your hats off these Bruins. They haven't stopped scrapping the whole game.
No question about it. And a pull-up jumper by Wilhelmina Stroud for her 7th and 8th points of the ball game. 64-11. The Warriors with the blowout, and the ball stolen by Stroud. Stroud will pull up. She is apparently fouled, but no call. And as you said, no blood, no foul, I guess. Shot by TJ is missed. McCauley goes strong to the hoop. And I'll tell you, I like her guts. She's a little player in height and stature, but not in heart. I've seen her go time and time again into the tall wood.
I'll tell you, she looks like she's lost it there, but she's got a single purpose in mind, and has to get down and try to get the shot off. As we watch the replay of that.
Now watch the taller Lady Warriors will come over there, and she just goes strong to the hoop, draws the foul.
Well, and she's taken on extra burden tonight, that being Cawley, because Camille Calloway is not playing, who does a lot of the point guard. Young Miss Calloway has to do it both ends, and she hasn't stopped trying for the whole game.
One out of 3 so far from the free throw line for McCauley. 6:06 left here in the ball game. 64-11 in favor of Kecoughtan. And McCauley misses both free throws. TJ Abraham with the rebound. And there's a travel. Good call by Larry Hagan, who was right on top of that. She stopped her dribble and then picked up that pivot foot. Once you do that, you're going to be called every time. Bethel now is going to call a timeout with 5:59 remaining here in the ball game. 64-11. As you look into the Bethel huddle, Jessie Pope, as you mentioned, Bob, she has been the head coach of the Lady Bruins for 20+ years, and has done a great job here at Bethel High School over the years.
And I talked to her earlier before the game, and I was congratulating her on a fine win she had last night. And Chiquita Alford and the points, she scored, I think, 24 points last night. And Jessie looked at me and said, "Yeah, but I lost her. The last play of the game, she was made a twist or something happened, and she went down and bruised her knee. Luckily, it wasn't twisted or anything. It's just a bruise, and she'll probably be back at the middle of the next week." But she also lost Calloway, as I talked to another young lady. So she's lost 3 girls that normally were starters for her, and that really hurts.
This is Solomon. Kicks the ball back out to Poole. got a whistle, and we got a foul called against Kecoughtan. Foul will be charged to Audrey Charity, number 32. That's her first personal foul. And now that will create the bonus for the Bruins. They will be shooting 1-1 for the duration of the ball game. Free throw missed and rebounded by TJ. TJ Abraham showing that she can also score from outside.
Has about a 10-footer, and you get that in there close, and she is no opposition.
Poole is short with her shot. Good job of getting the ball away from the double team by the Warriors. Three-point attempt. Dina Franklin is not bashful from that range. Ball tipped around, put back up, and finally controlled by the Bruins. April Ferguson had a shot for the Warriors, couldn't get it to go. Could have called a push that time from Maple Edwards.
She got a little help that time, missing the ball, but that happens.
4:49 remaining in the ball game. 66-11. Favor of Kecoughtan. And the Warriors turn it over. From the corner won't fall for the Bruins, and then the foul is committed, as you see so many times, by the young lady who missed the shot. Keisha Perry reached in on the rebound. Bethel is still not over the limit as a team, so it'll be a player control foul. Edwards tries to get it in the baseline area, and it's knocked away by the Bruins.
And one of the few times that they've not been able to get the ball inside.
The Lady Bruins will bring in Christina Bolin, and she will come in replacing Lisa Goodhope for Bethel. Lob it in to the big girl, and she misses the easy basket, gets the rebound, and draws the foul.
Well, I tell you, Keisha Perry said, "There's no way you're going to get too easy. Once you miss the first one, I'm going to grab your arm on the next one."
That's 3 on Perry. TJ will go to the free throw line. She is 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. And she has a grand total of 35 points unofficially for the night. Here's the replay. You're going to see her miss the shot, follow up with the rebound, and get fouled on the arm on the replay. TJ hits 23 points at halftime. She has added 13 more in the second half. 10 of those in the third quarter. TJ misses the second one. And then the Bruins are the last ones to touch it out of bounds. Christine Rose gets checked back in for the Lady Bruins. She'll replace LaShonda Solomon. Look at the big girl drive the lane.
I'm surprised she's still in there, but you look on the bench, they don't have but 10 players.
Well, Kecoughtan has used all of their players tonight. There's been no lack of playing time for the whole team.
No, she has been real good with them, but you haven't seen TJ sit down often, which she's the glue that holds them together, so she's going to make sure she stays in there. She being the coach, Anita Epps, formerly Miss Cooper, now Mrs. Epps.
At the free throw line will be Christine Rose looking for her first points. 1 and 1 coming. And we're going to have a lane violation. Kecoughtan stepped in before the free throw shot, so they allowed her to go ahead and shoot it.
Right, because if she'd have made it, she would have got the next one anyway. But if she missed it, then she goes back and gets the 1 and 1 again.
She does not connect, however, but gets her own rebound.
Nice
shot by Keisha Perry for 2. And that is only the first points of the fourth quarter here with 3:36 left. The points have been tough and few and far between for the Warriors, for the Lady Bruins tonight.
That's an impressive drive by Christine Rose, not no way on the end of that name. I thought the Bruins are going to get 6 straight points there, Tim.
They're starting to work their offense a little bit better. Too little, too late, I'm afraid. 2:40, and the clock is moving. 69 to 15. 3-point attempt. Green hits from downtown. Gets some high fives from her teammates. And then the Warriors watch it as the Bethel Bruins turn it over. TJ will try the jumper and gets fouled for her efforts. Foul is charged to Poole. That's her second. Abraham will get 2 shots. She is 2 of 4 from the free throw line, and now the Bruins will call yet another timeout, prolonging the inevitable with 2:10 left here in the ballgame.
Well, you know, you wonder why, as we watch the three-pointer here by, who was that made that three-pointer?
That was Jill Green.
But Jessie is continually the coach. She's got young gals out there that are still in a learning mode, and she's saying, okay, we're still coaching here. We're going to call timeout, coach. Watch this shot.
Well, I wanted to interrupt you again. That was a perfect example of your accidental kicking situation again. That ball went clearly off of TJ's foot to her teammate, but since she did not cause it to be a kick, there was no stoppage of play.
Unintentional kicking.
So Jill Green was able to hit the triple. 2:10 remaining, 72 to 15. The Bruins, with their best quarter, was the second quarter, had 7 of their 15 points, while the Warriors have 18, 18, 24, and now have added 12 here in the fourth. TJ misses the first of 2. Good look at TJ Abraham as she is consistently hitting 50% in this ball game. She is 3 of 6 from the free throw line. I think we won't have too much difficulty naming her our Kecoughtan player of the game. short off the glass. Back come the Lady Warriors. And a jump ball underneath. The possession arrow will give the ball over to the Lady Bruins.
And I guess we are going to go with young Miss McCauley as the Bruin player of the game.
And a foul inside. And again, we commend Jesse Pope's squad for their gutsiness, hanging in there and giving it their all. And certainly, there was no lack of hustle and no lack of effort on their part, although they were very obviously blown out in this ball game by Kecoughtan. They did not sit back and not try.
Well, Tim, they are just as aggressive now, being down almost 60 points, as they were when the opening tip-off occurred. So no change in the philosophy, no change in their intensity for this Bethel Bruin team, even though they're being blown out, as you said.
Minute and a half remaining in the ball game. 73. There you see a good look over at Anita Epps. Jill Green said, I did it once, I'll try it again. She didn't have the same success this time, and we've got a whistle underneath. Just an out-of-bounds play. The Warriors will have it. For three, a little too strong.
She blew her averages. She was 1 of 1 and 1 of 2, which is 50. Now she's 33% from the three-point lane.
TJ has it partially blocked.
Well, that doesn't happen often.
We're inside of a minute to go. And we've got a foul on Edwards, I believe. It'll be her second. Good. Full court pressure, I'll tell you, the Lady Bruins.
Never eased up the whole game.
And a foul call. This one will be charged to Poole. That will be her third. And it'll be 1-and-1 time for the Bruins, for the Warriors with 42 seconds remaining. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you on the 30th of January. That's when this game was videotaped here at Bethel High School. Bethel and Kecoughtan as TJ hits the first of her 1-and-1. 23 points at halftime. She has added 14 points from the field and 3 more free throws. So she's got 17. Make that 18 in the second half. Gives her 41. I don't know what her season or career high was, but Scotty mentioned earlier she might have 40, so she's right at that range again. Inside of a half a minute to go. Nice lead pass and an easy basket by April Ferguson. And the Warriors steal it again. April Edwards. Looking inside, dishes, no good. Stick back, no good. TJ with the opportunity, good. And there is the buzzer to end the ball game. points unofficially for TJ Abraham, our Kecoughtan player of the game. And our player of the game for the Bethel Bruins, Talisha McCauley. The final score, a 60-point victory for the Kecoughtan Warriors. For Bob Hintzer, you see it's 79-17. It's a 62-point victory for the Warriors. And that's going to do it. For Bob Hintz, this is Tim Cole and the entire crew. Thanks for watching. Good evening, everybody.
Oh.